I am back with our next episode of Black Metal Promo. Today's video covers the background of the Norwegian black metal band Satyricon, who were formed in Oslo in 1991. If you enjoy black metal, please subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon to find out when new videos are posted. Okay, let's get started. Satyricon was originally formed as Eczema in 1990 by Wargod on bass and Exhurtum on drums, where the two played death metal influenced by bands such as Napalm Death and Carcass. Soon after, Lemarchand on guitar joined the band. By 1991, Eczema played black metal and changed the band's name to Satyricon before Satyr, Sigurd Wongraven joined. During that time, bands like Venom and Bathory heavily influenced Satyricon. Since 1993, Satyr and Frost have been the band's core members. In terms of style, the band's first three albums represent Norwegian black metal. Since its fourth album in 1999, the band has strayed from this style and incorporated traditional heavy metal elements. Satyricon became the first Norwegian black metal band to sign with a multinational record label, EMI. The band lyric theme consists of mysticism, nature, apocalypse, anti-Christianity. Exhurtum left the band after the first demo, All Evil, because he preferred to hang out with his girlfriend, and Wargod left the music scene to join the UN Soldier. During the recording of their last demo, Satyr and Lemarchand hired Frost, Kjetividar Haraldstad, as a session musician. Frost has appeared in 1349, Keep of Kalesen, Gorgorot, and Gehenna. A number of other black metal bands have contributed to Satyricon either in the studio or live, including Chord, Samoth, and Isin of Emperor, Fenris of Dark Throne, and Nocturno Culto. After releasing the second demo The Forest Is My Throne, Lemarchand left the band. However, before departing, he recorded guitars, uncredited on the booklet, for Dark Medieval Times. Dark Medieval Times is the debut studio album by Satyricon. It was recorded in August and September 1993, and released in 1994 through Moonfog Productions. This is the first cult classic black metal album by Satyricon. While I've outgrown them quite a bit, for its time I thought it was wonderful heavy metal thrashing for my soul, and that's exactly what you need when you're fighting violent demons inside yourself, and don't really know how to handle them. That's strange how that works. You sometimes need a small dose of poison to cure illness. As a result, it gives off a rough, yet not harsh enough to destroy your bowels like some music, or a hard drink. It's just a matter of being careful. It is strong. Dark Medieval Times refers to olden times, from Viking times to Middle Ages, and has a suitably folk and olden feel to it. Satyr often breaks down black metal parts into acoustic folk sections, and at other times, the black metal parts fade to flutes and other folk instruments. I think the band did a great job creating a rough and dark, very medieval atmosphere. This music is raw, but not cheap, and the production fits perfectly with the rawness of the music. The album can be listened to without skipping any tracks. I especially enjoy Walk the Path of Sorrow, Dark Medieval Times, Min Hylest til Vinterland, and Into the Mighty Forest. Track on this album are 1. Walk the Path of Sorrow, 2. Dark Medieval Times, 3. Skygedon, 4. Min Hylest til Vinterland, 5. Into the Mighty Forest, 6. The Dark Castle in the Deep Forest, 7. Take Slotted. Since leaving Lemarchand, they've been in a two-man band, from 1993 to 1996. Tomas Thormodster, Samoth Haugen, formerly of Emperor, played bass and guitar for Satyricon, and participated in the recording of their second album, The Shadow Throne. The Shadow Throne they released it on September 12, 1994, by Moonfog Productions. A newly remastered version was released with different artwork on May 28, 2021. The band has described The Shadow Throne as an atmospheric and symphonic album with a strong Nordic touch. There are fewer acoustic guitars and medieval influences, and it is harsher and grimmer than the debut Dark Medieval Times, but it still maintains the atmosphere set forth in their debut album. The cover art is well-fitting and is simplistic in the fact that it pretty much describes the shadow thrown by a picture of what appears to be a tree in a darkened forest. The icy coldness of Satyr's vocals, the frozen riffs played by both Satyr and Samoth, and the thunderous blasts of Frost's drums make album pretty killer. All tracks are written by Satyr. Album tracks are 1. Hvite krists dod, White Christ's Death. 2. In the Mist by the Hills. 3. Woods to Eternity. 4. Viking Land, Land of Vikings. 5. Dominions of Satyricon. 6. The King of the Shadow Throne. 7. I en Svartkist, In a Black Coffin. Satyricon and Enslave released a split album in 1995, Satyricon's demo The Forest Is My Throne, and Enslave's demo Yggdrasil. The Forest Is My Throne is very similar to the band's first album. It has a raw production and fast yet melodic music. The song begins with battering war drums and deep horn instruments. The sound of Enslaved is similar to their debut album, which came out 2 years later. On this demo, the production is significantly poorer, nearly the point where it affects the music, but it adds to the overall sound instead. And the track are 1. Satyricon, Black Winds. 2. Satyricon, The Forest Is My Throne. 3. Satyricon, Min Hylast till Vint Erland. 4. Satyricon, The Night of the Triumphator. 5. Enslaved, Heimdallr. 6. Enslaved, Alfroin. 7. Enslaved, Intermezzo. 8. Enslaved, Halvalr. 9. Enslaved, Ny Undaheim. 10. Enslaved, The Winter Kingdom Opus I, Resound of Gyllerhorn. 11. Enslaved, Enslaved. In 1996, Dark Throne member Nocturne Occulto, Ted Skjelum, known as Kveldulv, became guitarist on the third full-length Satyricon album, Nemesis Divina. Nemesis Divina was released on April 22, 1996, through Moonfog Productions. The band has described the album as darker and more aggressive than their previous work. It is loaded with frantic blast beats, cold tremolo-picked riffs, and raw vocals, while incorporating acoustics and symphonic elements. When the band begins, The Dawn of a New Age with This Is Armageddon, it is evident that they have made something quite special, an album that transcends the borders of black metal to forge something truly unique. Another high point is Mother North, Satyricon's most famous song, full of keyboards and atmospheric parts, giving it an epic, but also melancholy tone. The lyrics describe the rage felt towards those who abuse and disrespect nature, and foresee that one day Mother North herself will hunt down and kill those who have done so. In terms of atmospherics, Immortality Passion is probably the most atmospheric and trance-inducing track of the lot, while the title track Nemesis Divina is the most evil track, and features a great guitar work with constantly progressing guitar riffs, plus some guitar harmonies thrown in, adding to the overall melodic feel of the album. They released a fully remastered edition in May 2016, to mark the 20th anniversary of the album. It contains the following tracks. 1. The Dawn of a New Age. 2. Forexet. 3. Mother North. 4. Do Some Hater Good. 5. Immortality Passion. 6. Nemesis Divina. 7. Transcendental Requiem of Slaves. In the same year, Satyricon participated in the Bathory tribute, In Conspiracy with Satan, a tribute to Bathory, released by Hellspawn Records and No Fashion Records, featuring the song Born for Burning, originally released on Crusade from the North in 1996. As of 1997 they have re-released Crusade from the North with Dark Throne, Satyricon, Wongrave, Storm, Isengard, and Neptune Towers. On September 4, 1997, the band released EP, Megiddo, Mother North in the Dawn of a New Age. Track on the EP are 1. The Dawn of a New Age, remixed by Apoptygma Berserk. 2. Night of Divine Power, re-recording of The Dark Castle in the Deep Forest. 3. Forexet, live. 4. Orgasmatron, Motorhead cover. In 1999 Satyricon released compilation, The Shadow Throne, Dark Medieval Times. Side A. 1 hvite krists dod. 2 In the Mist by the Hills. 3 Woods to Eternity. 4 Viking Land. 5 Dominions of Satyricon. 6 The King of the Shadow Throne. 7 In Svartkist. Side B. 8 Walk the Path of Sorrow. 9 Dark Medieval Times. 10 Skygedon. 11 Min Hylust till Vint Erland. 12 Into the Mighty Forest. 13 The Dark Castle in the Deep Forest. Satyricon participated in the Dark Throne Tribute, Dark Throne Holy Dark Throne, released by Moonfog Productions in 1998, covering the song Katha Aryan Life Code. May 10, 1999 Satyricon released EP entitled, Intermezzo 2, through Moonfog Production. EP track R. 1 A Moment of Clarity. 2 INRI, Sarcophago cover. 3 Nemesis Divina, Clean Vision mix. 4 Blessed from Below, Melancholy Oppression Longing. On September 6, 1999, Satyricon's fourth album, Rebel Extravaganza, was released. Satyr dramatically changed his appearance, at this time when he shaved off his hair, as seen in photos of the album and in their live performances. In Satyr's opinion, Rebel Extravaganza represents both inhuman and anti-human characteristics, the lyrics are very misanthropic, and the album itself is quite cold and cynical. It's not that emotional, it's more lifeless. The album incorporates industrial elements, but Frost proposed that this aspect has been overblown. I don't hear as much of an industrial influence in Satyricon's music. I know that many people found Rebel Extravaganza to be full of industrial qualities and influences, but I can only hear them in very few places, not overwhelming the album in any way. On the album, the band explained that black metal had reached a point where romance and blood-sucking were more important than darkness and extremity. Metal Hammer magazine named Rebel Extravaganza one of the 20 best metal albums of 1999 in 2021. Tracks on this album are 1 Tied in Bronze Chains, 2 Filth Grinder, 3 Rhapsody in Filth, 4 Havoc Vulture, 5 Primeval Renaissance, 6 Supersonic Journey, 7 End of Journey, 8 A Moment of Clarity, 9 Down South Up North, 10 The Scorn Torrent. During April and May 2000, Satyricon toured with Pantera. Phil Anselmo has spoken about his love of black metal multiple times, and has performed with Satyricon frontman Satyr Edibin. They were signed to Darren Malakian's Edur music label before. During 2001, the band released the video Roadkill Extravaganza, a true road movie. As of June 25, 2002, the band released their compilation 10 Horns, 10 Diadems. Their fifth studio album Volcano was released in 2002, and won 4 awards, the Norwegian Grammy for Best Metal Album, an Alarm Award for the song Fuel for Hatred in the category Song of the Year, the Alarm Award for Metal Album of the Year, and the Oslo Award for Best Overall Album. The beginning of the first track is a sample of Russell Crowe's dialogue from the movie, Gladiator. Track list on the album are 1 With Ravenous Hunger, 2 Angst Ridden, 3 Fuel for Hatred, 4 Suffering the Tyrants, 5 Possessed, 6 Repined Bastard Nation, 7 Mental Mercury, 8 Black Lava. In 2006, Satyricon released Now Diabolical, through Roadrunner Records. As AllMusic said about the album style, Satyricon still get a lot of flack whenever a new album is released that doesn't conform to the outdated, rustic necro-kvlt brand of black metal like they played in the early 90s, alongside Dark Throne, Ulver, Enslaved, etc. In their sixth full-length, Now Diabolical, they maintain a mentality of addition by subtraction, and it is remarkably similar to its predecessor, Volcano, which was similarly unconventional. In a press release, the band states, "Cuts like a new enemy capture this innovative approach to adding by subtraction to its next logical step, with That Darkness Shall Be Eternal and the title track, Satyr and Frost consistently shun complicated arrangements, and overbearing displays of musicianship to execute their hypnotic riffs, sinister melodies, and static tempos with an almost industrial sense of discipline. Blabbermouth.net said, songs like the title track and King are all about the groove. The rhythms are driving and Satyr's vocal patterns are downright catchy. This isn't about virtuosity. It's about hard driving tempos and head banging with a snarl on your face. Additionally, the limited edition Scarecrow Records CD of the album includes the bonus track, Storm of the Destroyer. A pair of singles from the album were released, King and the Pentagram Burns. Track list on the album are: 1. Now Diabolical, 2. King, 3. The Pentagram Burns, 4. A New Enemy, 5. The Rite of Our Cross, 6. That Darkness Shall Be Eternal, 7. Delirium, 8. To the Mountains. Bonus track. 9. Storm of the Destroyer. The band headlined the Inferno Metal Festival in Oslo for the first time in March 2008. A new EP called My Skin Is Cold was released. They released their 7th studio album The Age of Nero, through Roadrunner Records in November 2008. The album was composed in a forest cabin, with the collaboration of Snow of Thorns. Sound City Studios in Van Nuys, California, where Metallica's Death Magnetic and Nirvana's Nevermind were recorded. There is a black and roll vibe to the album, and my favorites are Die by Hand and The Last Man Standing. Tracks on this album are: 1. Commando, 2. The Wolf Pack, 3. Black Crow on a Tombstone, 4. Die by My Hand, 5. My Skin Is Cold, album version, 6. The Sign of the Trident, 7. Last Man Standing, 8. Densist, The Last. Satyricon released their 8th full-length album, Satyricon, on September 9, 2013. In the opening track, Voice of Shadows, pounding drums are accompanied by a pounding instrumental. Satyricon sound more like a blackened death band, much like Behemoth within this song, and this kind of introduction to an album is a great way to draw the attention of listener on the following track, Tro Ogcraft. The guitar themes continue, but the majority of the track alternates between a halftime double bass groove, and a 4-on-the-floor rock riff, which is a very interesting duality. This serves as an unexpected break from the song's heavier parts. Our World, It Rumbles Tonight, follows the first 2 tracks with a guitar-driven, and rhythmically mesmerizing track. Many of the riffs are similar to those on previous Opeth albums, and the song gradually becomes more melodic with harmonized guitars. Nocturnal Flare is a perfect example of Satyricon's ability to blend black metal with rock. It seems that the drum beat more or less defines the feel of the record, given the guitar's consistent sinister tones and the presentation style. The guitar solo is great as well. Tracks on this album are: 1. Voice of Shadows, 2. Tro Ogcraft, 3. Our World, It Rumbles Tonight, 4. Nocturnal Flare, 5. Phoenix, 6. Walker Upon the Wind, 7. Necrohaven, 8. Ageless Northern Spirit, 9. The Infinity of Time and Space, 10. Nat. They released their first full-length live CD and DVD set titled, Live at the Opera, on May 4, 2015, which was recorded alongside the Norwegian National Opera in September 2013. In May 2016, a fully remastered 20th anniversary edition of 1996, Nemesis Divina was released. Satyricon released their 9th album, Deep Calleth Upon Deep, via Napalm Records on September 22, 2017. Deep Calleth Upon Deep was composed beginning in early 2015. The Satyricon frontman, Sigurd Wongraven, was diagnosed with a benign brain tumor in late September-early October of that year. During his non-surgical treatment and recovery, he had to undergo significant delays in the production process for a new album. The album was recorded between March and April 2017 at Oslo Klang, a recording facility in downtown Oslo, Norway, as well as Armory Studios in Vancouver, Canada. Several guest musicians appear on the disc, including Anders Otten, Satyricon's live bassist, jazz saxophonist Håkon Kornstad, and members of the Oslo Philharmonic, but their contributions are somewhat lower than on other albums by Satyricon. Compared to their previous albums, this one has a slower tempo, a structure influenced by post-rock music, and a very accessible and commercial sound. Instead of the more traditional black metal direction, they described it as having more black and roll influences. They created a music video for To Your Brethren in the Dark, directed by Laban Fiadias. This is the first video from the band of 9 years, featuring Tanya Cornelis, Jesse Hotchkiss, Diana Wyan, and Sean Catherine Kane. The album was nominated in January 2018 for the Spelleman Award for Best Metal Album. But E-Album of Enslaved won the award. Tracks on the album are 1. Midnight Serpent, 2. Blood Cracks Open the Ground, 3. To Your Brethren in the Dark, 4. Deep Calleth Upon Deep, 5. The Ghost of Rome, 6. Dissonant, 7. Black Wings and Withering Gloom, 8. Burial Rite. The band announced on June 8, 2022, that Satyricon and Munch, their new album, would be released digitally on June 10. It features music for the Satyricon and Munch exhibit, which opened in Oslo, Norway, on April 29, and celebrates Norwegian artist, Edvard Munch's, life and works. Edvard Munch's was a Norwegian painter. His best-known work is The Scream, 1893, has become an iconic image of the art world. In Oslo, an exhibit titled Satyricon and Munch is on view at the Munch Museum through August 28. It combines the visual and oral art of Norway and was directly inspired by the works and life of the Norwegian artist. Satyr said, "In Satyricon and Munch, you will find my musical response to the emotions the works of Edvard Munch invoked in me when I worked on the art exhibition. The album is not only a reflection of my study of Edvard Munch's life and philosophy on making art, but also a reflection of my eagerness to push myself as an artist. I appreciate his emphasis on feeling over technique." Thank you for watching till the end. If you enjoy videos, please like, share and subscribe to this channel. Long live black metal.